Oh, Genshin Impact, MiHoYo, and your end game idea, the Abyss. How many problems do I have with you? What's up, YouTube? Siegfried Trulane, and if you've guessed from the short intro today, we're going to be talking about the Abyss, probably the worst end game content I think I have ever seen in anything. So let's first talk about the problems with the Abyss. First of all, it's boring. The Abyss is not fun. You know, it's not. First of all, let's take a look at floor 12. Okay, everybody is level 95. There are levels you can't even reach, and their defenses are ridiculously high. But again, that's not the worst part. The time limit is the worst part. Why do they have such a ridiculous time? Okay, and let's talk about some of these enemies. Okay, this was not too bad. I hit 3 stars on this, as you can see, but it took me a lot of tries because you have both the Eye of the Storm, which flies out of your range. So in short, in order to kill the Eye of the Storm, I have to use Zhongli to petrify. Then I need to put on, need to switch straight to Dialect and have Dialect just burst it down within 10 seconds, or else I'm not going to hit it. Then you have these Anemo Spectres, which just have ridiculous defenses and do not die. So let's talk about the first problem, are just these enemies, their defenses, and when combined with the time, creates a really big problem. It's really not fun. I mean, and honestly, when even talking about this, it's not even the worst. I mean, like, this is possible to 3-star. Well, at least this one is. But then you've got this one here. Oops, that's what I want to do. Chamber 2, where you have the stupid cryo mages and the mirror mage that have unbelievably high defenses, plus a boss. Again, it's clearable in 5 minutes, no problem. But that's 7 minutes, even with some of my whaled units I have and some of my really high-powered units, unless you're rolling perfect artifacts and spending resin to get perfectly rolled artifacts, or running meta units, which nobody should have to do if they don't want to, if they want to enjoy the game. It's ridiculous. Then you got Chamber 3. That stupid perpetual, like, they put bosses like this, Perpetual Mechanical Array, which literally has points of invulnerability where you can't even hit it. Meaning you have a time limit, but you can't hit it. This one is ridiculous. Like, I've done it in 5 minutes before, but it's ridiculous because of that time limit. And I saw one where somebody found a bug to it to pretty much make the fight fair. Now, I get wanting to make something challenging, but being as this is the only free-to-play gems that we get that's of a high amount, I personally think the Abyss should be the rewards should be easy to obtain. Or they should do what Honkai does and just have like a system where you're challenging each other, but you have like 2 very close award sectors. There's not much of a big difference between the two. But this is just, it frustrates me because it's not even fun. Last time we had that stupid fire boss that just jumps around nonstop. Not to mention the enemies in these, and anyone who's the Abyss will tell you that they're overpowered. Let's talk about floor 11, the floor that they always decide that they're going to put something on. This one has the corrosion status, which sucks as it is, but then what do they do on this final floor? They put the fucking mages down who drop those flies, and then the flies or the bugs, whatever they are, apply corrosion when you kill them. This one took me so long to 3-star, and I had to do it multiple times by switching out my units, and finally, with a lucky run using Kazuha, Barbara, Diona, and Razor, was finally able to clear it. And might I add you that my Barbara, Diona, and Razor are all C6, and Kazuha is C2, C1. Both Kazuha and Razor are running 5-star weapons. And still, it was a challenge to get. These are not free-to-play friendly. If you're a free-to-play player, you only have one option, and that's to play meta, which luckily is pretty free-to-play. But, you know, if there's one thing about meta is not fun. Meta is not fun. Playing away because you have to is not fun. This is probably the worst because I personally don't like healers. I don't like running Barbara, and I have to run Barbara just to be able to clear it. Now I get the idea is to make you run other characters, but if they're gonna do that, they should just give you a benefit. So, for example, running said character doubles they have like double damage, or like if you run Barbara, she has double healing or something. Not make it to where you have to run it. Like floors 9 and 10, I think are good. Honestly, I think that all 12 floors should be easy enough to obtain, like floors 9 and 10. Now, as you can see, I can get the 550 a week. I can't hit the 600, which I don't. It's 50, whatever. I don't care. My big issue is that anybody who's free to play is going to have a very hard time trying to hit this. And I'm sure some people are going to hit all the time, no problem. Okay. First of all, I don't believe that people hit it all the time, no problem, unless they're major whales. I mean, like, it's just, I do this all the time. I do this with the C6 Zhongli. I know how hard I can hit. And the fact that there are enemies that literally just sit there and don't take damage for, like, or take very slight damage, it's ridiculous. And if it's like, well, we want you to run it a million times. I mean, this is a big issue with Genshin, is running to repeat the same bullshit 100 times. First of all, the Abyss is the only endgame we have, and it's complete garbage. Its rewards are shit. I mean, the 550 Primo Gems are okay, but it should be, let's be honest, I mean, like, they could give you a bit more Primo Gems for it. And then, of course, these artifacts always roll crap that you get. Like, I've never had these roll well. Oops. And all you get are these artifacts. Like, you don't get a bunch of other stuff. You get purple artifacts, which are complete trash. And then you get 4 5 stars. Like, personally, I think you should get a ton more 5 stars. But that's just me. Anyways, I really think that the Abyss needs to be reworked. I think it... Honestly, I just think it needs to be gone. It's pure garbage. It sucks. It's not fun. I just think that they need to get rid of it. And look at these artifacts. Look, they're complete trash. Trash, dude. Trash artifacts. Anyways, guys, this is a short rant video on the Abyss just because, you know, I mean, like, I just spent 2 hours, mostly because that stupid corrosion bullshit, and realized, you know, games are supposed to be fun. But this game isn't fun when you have to do the Abyss. Personally, how do I think they should change it? Let me, you know, criticism isn't enough unless you have, like, your own idea. So here's my idea, my personal idea, in which, you know, sure, there's going to be things that, you know, I may or may not be able to affect. First, the blessings of the Abyssal Moon need to actually do something. These don't do shit. I mean, like, for every 10 seconds the character is an element to burst, the character's normal charge text will unleash a shockwave of the position of the opponent they hit at the cost of 1% of the character's... Okay, so I'm losing 1% HP, and then on top of corrosion, these are horrible. These are so bad. So first of all, make the Blessings of the Moon much better. Okay? Much better. Second, I mean, like you said, I've cleared, like, this one, man, I couldn't be fucked with. Like, I couldn't be fucked with it, to be honest. This was so horrible. I just couldn't be fucked with it. I didn't even want to do floor. That's the issue. Like, I get to stages where I just don't want to even do it. Like, I did not want to do floor 11. I didn't want to do it. I don't know if have I ever gotten a full... I think I've gotten a full clear once, but I don't know. No, okay, so I don't think I've ever gotten a full clear once. But I always get, like, you know, I usually can get the 550 or the 500, depending on how far I want to go. Anyways. First things first, make the Blessings of the Moon better. If they want to encourage you to use other characters, then they need to give those characters a buff. That makes it much easier. So that if you use said character, it's a lot easier. And they need to have a 5-star... For every 5-star that decides needs to be the buffed character, they have to have a 4-star counterpart of it. And they need to, honestly, like, look, they need to lower the bot. They will not lower. The enemies in and of themselves aren't that bad, but they need to increase the time limit. Every time limit should be 5 minutes. What takes such a long time is when you get this bullshit here, right? And then you have to do it in 3 minutes. 3 minutes is fucking dumb. So, 5 minutes. Give people 5 minutes to get all the rewards. If you want people to use other characters, buff their character, give that character a special buff. A 4-star needs to be for every 5-star. And then make the blessings better. This should be fun. Challenging is not always fun, and some people seem to think that challenging is always fun. Challenging is not always fun. Let's take a look at an example. Dark Souls is challenging, but it's fun. Neo was fun until they decided that they wanted to make it challenging, at which point it wasn't fun. What makes Dark Souls fun is that you have to actually have some skill, and if you have some skill and you can dodge, the game is very doable. What made Neo not fun is having super fast characters that do the same amount of damage that the big characters in Dark Souls do, and 1 to 2 shot you, sometimes 3 shot you. So, Genshin Impact or MiHoYo needs to find a way to make this fun. Make it fun. Make it to where you just run in, you do it real quick, and it's fun. Add other endgame content, man. It's the anniversary. I'm, more than the rewards. Honestly, I never cared that much about the rewards. For me personally, I just want to see changes to the game. There are things that need to change. They either need to go the route of exploratory and make chests respawn in certain increments that are reasonable, or they need to go the MMO route and make single player dungeons until they're able to make co-op dungeons, and eventually they need to make co-op dungeons. I'm a big supporter of Genshin. I'm a big defender of MiHoYo. I don't attack unless I feel there's some things that are wrong, but I also don't defend every single thing. I want to see endgame in Genshin fixed, because honestly, the big issue that you hear from a lot of the actual players that aren't, honestly entitled babies, is that there's no endgame. And if you go and you read the reviews and you get past the ones complaining that they're not getting a bunch of free crap that they want and think that they deserve free crap because they bought something, because for some reason when you buy something you get free crap, I don't know. But the reasonable one's also the same thing. There's nothing to do at the end. And we all feel the same way. We log in, we do our dailies, we do our weeklies, we log out. Artifact runs need to get better. Artifact runs are, I'm so tired of artifact runs, man. They need to fix the artifact runs. I'll probably make a video based on what needs to be fixed during the anniversary, and I'll probably do that during the anniversary. Hopefully after the live stream to see if they've got any changes for us. I really do hope that they make these changes so that when I go on and make that video and be like, these are what I was going to talk about, and they did it. I'm so happy. But we'll find out. As far as the anniversary go, man, I'm pretty happy with that. But with that said, guys, this video is mostly focused on the Abyss. The Abyss is garbage. The Abyss is completely... It's challenging is not always fun. And it's definitely not fun when it's to a degree that is complete bullshit. Anyways, Siegfried True Lane, signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video.